Hello and welcome to this video. Again, as usual, my name is Mary and today we are discussing a very interesting topic as far as public speaking and presentation skills is concerned. How do you get to stop mentioning words like these words that we tend to use more frequently when speaking or delivering a presentation. I am sure you will find this very interesting and I am glad to be joined by Godfrey in this conversation. Thank you, Godfrey, for joining in.
Pleasure to be here, Mary. Yes.
These words or terminologies, they are the sound that we produce most of the time when speaking. Sometimes someone is watching this video and they could be wondering, how do we refer to them, the filler words?
Yes.
So you can start us off by telling us what are filler words and why do we tend to use them more oftenly when doing a presentation?
All right. Thanks, Mary. There are very many reasons why people use filler words. And most importantly is to understand what is happening. You see, the words we speak are processed by the brain. And then the mouth verbalizes the words. So what normally happens is, if you are speaking faster, your mouth is opening before the words are processed. So in between there is a gap. The mouth is open, no word is processed for you to verbalize. So therefore, whatever you say in between, you're filling the gap, hence the filler word. So a filler word is basically what someone says when they have nothing to say.
The brain has not yet processed.
Exactly.
And yet you want to say, the mouth is ready to bring it out.
Exactly.
And that is where the comes in.
Exactly.
Interesting. Now, how can speakers become more mindful of the usage of the filler words so that they're able to develop some of the strategies to eliminate them completely?
Yeah, sure. So any speaker watching us and you do experience filler words, number one is to appreciate where you're coming from. Why are you experiencing these filler words? It could be that your brain, yes, you're struggling because you didn't feed it, because the brain will give you what you gave it.
Oh, yeah.
So it could be a show of nervousness. It could be a habit you've developed. There are some certain words that are always easy to speak for you. And therefore that now informs what kind of strategies we can employ to make sure that filler words are minimized, because we cannot do away with them entirely.
Yeah.
And the first step is I would encourage anyone watching us, please, when you're presenting, record yourself and review. Don't wait to be told. Record. We don't like hearing or watching ourselves speak.
I know.
Majority don't. But for purpose of growth, record and review. Look at yourself and see how you're doing it. That will help you now to be more aware, which are my filler words.
Yeah.
Secondly is employ strategic pauses, where you pause, you go silent for a couple of seconds to process what you will say next before you open your mouth. It's also important to realize that you're speaking faster than you're thinking, so slow down. And how do we slow down? You could engage the audience at that point.
Like ask a question.
Ask a question or do an activity. It helps you to slow down, or even just breathe in or sip some water. Yes. Fourth is prepare very well, such that now when you are presenting, your brain has this content that flows seamlessly. You're not struggling to figure out what I will say, and seek feedback. Seeking feedback will help you to realize, oh, this is what I can do better. This is how I'm doing it. These are the filler words. And most importantly, attend classes where you can learn how to structure your content, such that the flow is already given. People tend to also adopt their own filler words. Leave alone what you've mentioned, the and that's where now I say that they are not entirely bad, because some filler words that people will adopt, such as basically, in a nutshell, and they keep doing that a lot of times.
Every now and again.
Yes. So at this point, now the filler words, they get a better terminology, discourse markers. They make the conversation to go on. So they're not entirely bad, but they become disruptive if every statement you starts with
the words.
With the filler words. Yes. And lastly, attend the class. Join CSS.
Sure.
Yes.
And that is where I was getting to. What would be your final
Exactly.
advice to someone struggling with eliminating these filler words? I know you've already said that we cannot eliminate them entirely, but for someone really struggling, it's become too much.
Yes.
What would be your advice to them?
Exactly. So, Mary, as I've mentioned, is the program that we are running as corporate staffing. This is a program that is designed to help anyone at whichever level. Whether your problem or the challenges you are facing include filler words. We will journey together identifying your filler words, which is most important, and then guiding you and working with you in terms of how can you navigate around those filler words, and being very practical, that you can begin even to feel the improvement by yourself. Yes.
That takes me back to what you mentioned about recording yourself.
Exactly.
And listening to that recording, because for some people they're not even aware. They keep saying and when you count the number of hours they've said in a sentence within 3 minutes, it becomes like the focus of the conversation.
Exactly.
And training will really come in handy.
Exactly, because here you're speaking to a live audience, and they're giving you feedback that is diverse. You know, sometimes when you record and watch yourself, you might tend to accept yourself that, okay, this is who I am, so let me accept myself.
Sure.
But other people will point out, and you will realize that, okay, if it's a concern to others, then maybe I need to work on something. Yes.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing.
Always welcome.
When it comes to filler words, it sometimes, as Godfrey has mentioned, advances from not just filler words, but the discourse markers. So it is important to be aware of such kind of terminologies that you keep mentioning in each and every sentence that you begin, and work towards eliminating them. You may not be able to eliminate them entirely, but just reducing them ensures that you focus on the main message that you wanted to pass across. And that is why we encourage you to join other professionals who have already signed up for our upcoming cohort for public speaking and presentation skills training. And with the aid of the facilitators and even your fellow colleagues in class, you'll be able to identify which is my filler word and how best can I be able to improve on not mentioning it every now and again. The link below will guide you on how to sign up, and we look forward to seeing you in class. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.